So you want to be a voice actor, but your budget is a bit lacking. I got you. Don't be afraid to buy secondhand.
Secondhand, sir?
I, in fact, would recommend you buy secondhand, especially if you're just experimenting. With the AI on the rise and pay-to-play sites not paying as much as they used to, people are starting to doubt the voice acting industry as a whole. They're starting to doubt the rates. Even buyers are telling you that you can't be charging me this much because I can just get an AI software to do this. And so you kind of always have to stand up for yourself. Softwares are more expensive than ever right now.
Say what now?
Capitalism is definitely winning, and freelancers are, I think, one of the most affected group, because it's almost as if the industry is on a mission to replace us, particularly voice actors. I don't know how many ads I have seen of don't use voice actors anymore. Use an AI cloning voice actor.
To the point.
Number one, it's okay to buy secondhand. If you cannot afford a new microphone, buy secondhand. If you're going to buy from Facebook Market, I would say go buy from somebody who lives so close by that if the mic stops working, you can take it back. But my number one recommendation is that you go to a secondhand shop. If you are in South Africa, you can go to Cash Converters, Cash Crusaders, and any other secondhand stores. I think Cameraland also sells microphone. I'm not sure. I got these from Cameraland, so it's a microphone. It's a camera microphone. But anyways, go to a secondhand shop. And the nice thing about places like Cash Crusaders is that they have in-house microphones like Dixon's. And I actually started out with Addiction. I actually started out with a Dixon microphone, and that's what got me to the road, because I got gigs after that. If you can't afford either, I would say rather buy a microphone secondhand than you using your phone. And I know there's a bunch of YouTube videos that tell you, oh my god, you can just use your phone and that's going to be perfectly fine. But how are you going to get accustomed to using microphones, how to position yourself using microphones? You know, when you read these voiceover books, they will tell you microphone positioning. You and a thumb, that should be the space between you and the microphone. But how are you going to do that properly and get used to speaking in front of a microphone when you're so used to doing it on a phone? The second advice I would give you is that go out there and get the scripts. Go to voices.com, go to Bodalgo, go to, Sovas? Go to these sites and look at the scripts and do them. Do them. A little trick that I used when I was starting out was that I learned by genres. I didn't do hard sell, soft sell, whatever sell to begin with. I first wanted to learn commercial voice acting, so I listened to a lot of commercial demos. Also, do your homework. You cannot be an actress who doesn't know fellow actresses. You cannot be a voice actor without knowing fellow voice actors. So go on that internet, and if you are learning about commercial voice acting, type in there commercial voice actors. If you're female or a male, commercial voice actor male, and I promise you there'll be 1,000 websites that come up. Probably mine as well, but there'll be 1,000 websites that come up. Listen to their demos. These are people in a position that you want to be in. Listen to their demos. Do they have music? Do they not? Do they usually start with a commercial and then a narration, or do they not?
Moving on.
Go through people's websites. Go through professional voiceovers websites. It's very easy. You can also do it, okay? Do your homework. Take a script and obviously don't mimic, because when you start mimicking, then they're gonna say, oh, that girl sounds like Pinja, as opposed to Lillian sounds like Lillian, and let's get Lillian. If you can afford a coach, please go get some voiceover coaching. Go get some voiceover coaching, and usually they will be the ones who guide you to which microphone you should probably buy, because it's, they've been in the industry for a long time. But be on the lookout for coaches that will literally spend an entire hour of your time selling you their resume as opposed to teaching you.
Now, trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
I was new once, and I went through this with a coach who I sat there via Zoom call for an hour, and this coach was literally just telling me, oh, Binja, I've worked with this artist and that artist and that artist and that artist. I paid you for an hour to please help me learn voice acting. I'm not paying you to brag. I chose you because your website already stated all these things. I need you to teach me, not give me your resume. Okay, I don't know. So be on the lookout for coaches like that. Also be on the lookout for people who tell you that you're gonna make 6 figures using your phone. You can make 6 figures as a voice actor, 100% possible. Is it easy? It really depends also on your voice type. In my experience, and I'm gonna be honest, the people who often make it quicker are males. And the industry loves it. It's a bit sexist, but yeah, the industry really does love males. And so, are you gonna make 6 figures? You might. I mean, it really all depends on, do you have money to get coaching quicker? I think the 6-figure thing when it comes to voice acting is a matter of context for me personally. I can't compare myself to somebody who, when they started in the industry, in fact, they were already in the industry, they were editors, and so somebody at work said, oh my gosh, you have a lovely voice, and then they got in the voice acting industry, and they could afford that very beautiful, brilliant microphone, and they could afford that A-level top star, 5-star rated coach, and they could afford to pay voices.com the big fees that they usually want yearly. I cannot compare myself to that. There are certain people who just unfortunately have to start from A, and there are people who fortunately for them have the luck, I'd say, and the resources to start at L, M, or even Y and X. It all depends. So it's contextual, and that's I'd say it's the sad part about voice acting, is that you live a life of comparison, but you forget the context.
Moving on.
Next tip I would also give you is read that book, read those voiceover books. Sign up for a blog, by the way. Sign up for a blog. Sign up for a newsletter from like 3 voiceover people, coaches who do that stuff. Like, you know, these websites that you're gonna go to learn more about how people do their business in voice acting. You're going to sign up for their newsletters, and you're gonna read their blogs, and you'll hear from this like straight from the horse's mouth what you should do, especially if you're interested in that particular genre of that person, or their voice is similar to yours or stuff like that. Then sign up for their newsletter, because they will teach you what they do, how they do. Before you pay for that consultation, you get a free taste of what it's going to be like being taught or coached by them. And most voice actors actually offer coaching services.
And lastly,
you're gonna want to download the free software. If you can afford Adobe Audition, good for you, do that. But if you can't, go get yourself Audacity. Almost every voice actor started out on Audacity. In fact, I know a couple who still use it today, because it's just as good as Audition. Audition has advantages, but Audacity is also just as good, in my opinion. It's honestly just as good. Download Audacity or Adobe Audition. Get on YouTube, get on those tutorials, and look up videos on how to edit voiceovers in Adobe Audition or Audacity. I'd say take your time a little bit. Don't raw dog this. We're in an age and an era where you don't have to raw dog anything. There's almost a tutorial for almost anything out there, because content creation is I'd say a streamline of its own. It's its very own platform. It's its very own business. And so people actually make tutorials for a living. They learn so they could teach you in return. Anyways, I'm Benja. I'm a voice actress.